Yeah, it is a little confusing. Kind of the easiest way to learn it is doing it. So do it one at a time. Do it like this. In fact, this is not going to show up well on the camera because it's light and because it'll be blurry the closer it gets. But look at mine. Now, obviously, all you see is blurriness. But here's what I did. I wrote my first chord here. So I tabbed it out. I tabbed it out right here. That's the tab. Underneath it, I wrote the intervals. And I wrote them in the same order, right? So the low note, the low interval here is the low note there. Oops, it's hard to do this backwards. There we go. Okay, so then what I did was, and actually here, you can do this with me. Go ahead and copy this basic idea. Tab it out, or you have it tabbed out, and then underneath it, write the intervals. Oh, okay. Yeah, just tab the chord vertically like this, and then identically, well, in the same order, put them in intervals. So in the chord shape, we have the third, fifth, seventh. Root, fifth, seventh, and third. It's like mirrored every time when I'm doing this. I'll do it like this. So got the root, fifth, seventh, and third. Anyway, I just have them tabbed out here, and then here I have just R, 5, 7, 3, and I have them stacked in the same way, from the lowest note to the highest note, just the way the tab is. Cool. Have you got that written down? Oh yeah. All right, cool. So now here's the easy way to do this process. All right, right here I have my R. Right? I've got my R, my 5, my 7, and my 3. So what I'm going to do now is next to it, I'm going to write the intervals before I even tab out the chord. That'll probably make it easier. So the root becomes a 3, so I write a little 3 here on my next column. Right? The fifth becomes the seventh. The seventh becomes the root. The third becomes the fifth. So now I have, in intervals, I have 3, 7, R, 5. Yeah. In fact, before we even tab it out, we could get all of the rest of them. There's only 2 more. Then we can figure them out after. So the next one is going to be 5, right? Because the 3 becomes a 5. That's our low note. The 7 becomes a root, right? The root becomes a 3. The 5 becomes a 7. Yeah, got it fast. All right. So, and now what we got to do is we have to fill in what that looks like in tab, right? So we have the chords intervals written down here, and we have to figure out how to play that on the same strings as our original shape. Okay? So, the third, now you figure out one at a time. Like here was our root, right? And we got to go to the third, as we see on our paper, on the same string. So we have 1, 2, 3. We know it's going to be the 7th fret of the A string. So then tab that out, that one note in. All right? And then our fifth has to become the 7th on the same string. So where's that at? Yep, the 9. So go ahead and tab that. Exactly, the 7 goes up to the root. Well, go ahead and tab it out once you got it. That's where we got to do it, because we have to keep it on the same string. There's rare occasions where we can break that rule, but this isn't one of them. Yep, third goes up to the 5th. So go ahead and tab that note in there, the 8th fret of the B string. Yep. Oh. Anyway, the most important thing now, number one, is that you have the concept worked out and that you're writing it down as you go. It's super important to write it down. Super important. So what's our next one? Well, what we're doing is we're figuring out what we're taking this chord and moving each. We're getting new voicings by moving each note up to the next note within the chord. So this one became this one, and then we're gonna have another one and another one. There's gonna be 4 of them because there's 4 notes in our chord. There's a root, a third, and a fifth, and so. Well, it might look different, but yeah, they'll keep moving up. The shapes will look different, but the concept's the same. So here's what we did, right? The 7th fret. This is the 3rd of the chord. That was our last voicing. Now we have to go up to the 5th of the chord. So where's the 5th of C? Right, 10th fret, A string. Okay, so go ahead and tab that note above the column that you have the intervals written. Okay, and now we're going to look at the D string. What we had there was a 7, and it has to go up to what? Yep, 10. Yep, both the 10th fret so far. All right, so what's the next one? There we go. 9th fret of the G string. So right now it looks just like our triads, right? Like when we do this. So what's that B string going to become? One thing you can do is you can look at your original voicing and find out what note was the 7th. There you go. So you got to find a B on the B string. Exactly. So it's the 12th fret. Yeah, so it's going to be 10, 10, 9, 12. Cool? There's a few ways you can do it. You can use your ring finger, and it's kind of like a stretchy feel, and I don't really like that. I like just using the middle finger to bar those 2. But I have to not touch the G string so that my index finger can ring out clearly. Cool? Now we got these 3 shapes. Our original, our first inversion, and our third inversion. Sorry, second inversion. All right. See that? Now we need to figure out the 4th one. Yeah, exactly. So our 7th is going to be on the 14th fret of the A string, right? All right, and the next string we need what? You can look at your original shape and ask yourself, what was the note? What was the 5th? What was its note? G, so that's what we need here, right? On our G string, we need a G note. G on the G string, it's the 12th fret. Cool? So 13, 13, 12, 14, 14, 12, 13. And then you're back to your original shape. Yeah, the third inversions are always the most tense. But I like it. All of your shapes. Our first shape, our second shape, our third shape, and our 4th shape. And then back to our first one. Cool?